Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have an interesting clip that I want to show you guys. I want to go over and I want to review. Now this clip is around a month old, and I know there's going to be some people in the comment section already that are like, oh my god, you idiot, this is a month old, like we already saw this, like why would you post a video about something old? Like I've posted about old clips before. I've gotten the hate before. I know people like to stay up to date on the very latest. They don't want to see something they've already seen, yada, yada, yada. But I never saw this clip before, so I imagine there's a fair amount of people that haven't seen it as well. But also, I think it's very, very interesting in so many different ways. Like, one, it talks about a really interesting and important issue that I actually have discussed a lot previously and want to discuss again, and it's going to keep coming up into the future. But it also has some drama. It also has some trash talk. So it's coming at it from a bunch of different angles here. So even if you've already seen this clip, even if it's old news, whatever, I still think this should make for an interesting video. So definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy it. I would appreciate that a ton. And subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Let's run those numbers up a little bit. It's been a rough couple of months. But with that being said, let's get right into this. So what we have here is a clip, again, this is a month old. This is from December 23rd. I didn't see it on December 23rd. I didn't see it in December. I didn't see it until a couple days ago, which is weird. I usually see everything. I'm checking this stuff constantly, and this has a lot of views, 74,000 views, but I didn't see it. But it is Bwipo explaining the issue of Western top laners. Now, I think this is very, very interesting because, again, something I've talked about a lot is that top lane is probably the weakest position in the West. Even when the LEC was like super, super good, you know, G2's making their deep runs, Fnatic's making runs every once in a while, Fnatic World Final, G2 World Final, G2 MSI, Fnatic semifinals. Top lane was never a super, super good role. And yes, we had Bwipo, and yes, we had Wonder, and they were world class, but like, after that, did Europe have a lot of other great top laners, and were they super, super deep? Like, not really. It wasn't as great as like the mid lane pool or like the 80 carry pool in Europe or anything like that. And then obviously you have North America, who had kind of the same issues. You know, there were some okay top laners, there were some good top laners. You know, we had Impact, we had Someday, we had Licorice for times here and there, Haunter for times there and there. But overall, Western top lane has been the weakest position for a while for a lot of different reasons. So I thought it was really, really interesting to get Bwipo's thoughts on this issues and see what he has to say about it, because obviously he's one of the Western top laners that's had some more success domestically and internationally, but also as of late, you know, Spring Split 2021, he struggled a little bit in the top lane. So yeah, let's get his thoughts.
I had some of my best tournaments playing Victor, Jace. You know, I think that I'm not good at taking resources, or at least it's not something that comes naturally to me, but that doesn't mean I'm bad at it. You know, it's just like, it doesn't come naturally. I honestly feel bad about it, you know, like, and I mean no offense to any Jace players of the world, but when I see people lock in Jace and then the jungler runs top lane over and over again,
where's the action?
And they do jack fucking shit to win the actual game. So don't get me wrong, like sure, they might be doing something, but to win the actual game, they do like nothing. It just makes me go like, I really don't want to be that guy. Like, I would feel so bad if I had to like look at my teammates in the eyes after a game like that on stage, where I'm just like, pick me fucking Jace, I'm gonna 1v9, and then I don't do shit.
So I think this is really, again, just interesting because I think this is a great mindset for Bwipo to have on Team Liquid. I think this is a great mindset to have for Bwipo in a like super team, you know. I really do think that Team Liquid is a super team. I think they have the most talented team in LCS history, one of the most talented teams on paper in Western League of Legends history. And the problem with super teams is that you always have a lot of egos. You always have a lot of people talking in the chat, a lot of different ideas about how to play the game, a bunch of people who have had success playing the game different ways on different teams or even individually, and resources. There's only so much CS to go around. There's only so many kills to go around. There's only one jungler to go around. There's only one support to go around and assist people and gank people and all this stuff. And if Bwipo is coming into this season with the mindset of joining Team Liquid like, hey, I'm not going to demand resources. I don't even want resources, and I'm still going to do my best to carry games and help my team, and we are going to win. I'm not focused on, hey, guys, I am a world finalist. I was really, really good in Europe. I'm this amazing, awesome player. We need to gank around me. We need to play around me. Bjergsen, get up here. Santorin, get up here. Let's go. I'll 1v9. Like, no, he's saying, I'm going to do the best I can with the least resources possible. And I think that's an awesome mindset for any team. Now, you know, if Bwipo's on CLG, maybe I'm like, hey, Bwipo, I get it. You know, maybe you're being a nice guy. Maybe it's a good strategy or whatever. But hey, man, this is CLG. You need to take some more resources. You need to carry some games. But you're on this Team Liquid team. You have Hans Sama, who, especially coming off this last Worlds performance, is looking like an absolute monster. And is looking like he can carry games like as well as any player in the world. You have Bjergsen, who he goes through phases of also not demanding a bunch of resources and trying to facilitate for his team. But man, the periods of time where we've seen Bjergsen take some extra resources and have a team play around him, which has not been very often in his career, we've really seen him step it up to a whole nother level. And Bwipo already so far with Team Liquid, we've seen him have some very, very crazy games. We've seen him have some awesome pop-off performances and pop-off moments and look very, very scary. And again, I really just loved hearing this from Bwipo. I love this, you know, kind of not being a resource-intensive player mindset, because it's not the mindset that a lot of players have. Some players do have this mindset, but it's players who kind of suck or aren't that good. And they're like, hey, I'm not going to get a bunch of resources. I'm just going to try and help my team out. I'm going to lock in Malphite. I'm going to be down 40 CS, and I'm going to press R every once in a while. No, Bwipo's saying, hey, I'm still going to carry games, and I'm still going to help us win, but I'm here to hit Nexuses. I'm not here to be up 40 CS in lane. I'm not here to get first tower. I'm not here to you know, get 5 solo kills. I'm here to win games, and I love that. That's awesome. And then, obviously, that's going to draw some comparisons to a former Team Liquid top laner.
I feel like that's kind of very much against what I would like to be. So yeah. Oh shit, it's a Trundle too.
Some riveting TFT gameplay.
Alphari shade? Oh, not just Alphari, bro.
That's so funny. That is so funny, because obviously there were so many parallels there about people, you know, talking about Alphari, and already we've seen it. You know, LCS fans said this last year. They're like, hey, Alphari always gets these crazy CS leads. He always comes out of lane with these crazy gold leads, but he demands a ton of resources. And then in team fights, you know, past 20 minutes, does Alphari carry like a guy who took all these resources? You know, not really, you know, sometimes, but people were kind of worried about how well Alphari translates these kind of lane leads into wins, and people had questions about that, you know, back when he was in Europe previously, like finishing 9th or 10th or whatever in the LEC, and then coming to the LCS. But I think last year in the LCS, people kind of gave him a pass because they were like, okay, you know, they had this Jat drama. We know that Alphari wasn't really happy. You know, he was considering leaving. It was a whole weird situation where he was getting benched and all this stuff. So, hey, whatever. But now, these same conversations are coming up again on Team Vitality. I've seen European fans and people on Reddit and Twitter and stuff already saying, okay, Alphari won lane by 25 CS, and he's the highest CSD top laner in the league right now, but hey, he's not really translating this into much. Hey, you know, come 25 minutes, you kind of forget that he won lane by 30 CS or whatever. So kind of interesting that Bwipo calls him out there. But then also, you know, people are like, hey, Bwipo, are you calling out Alphari? And then, you know, I would expect someone to be like, you know, most players would be like, oh, no, you know, I'm not talking about Alphari specifically. I'm just saying in general. But he goes, no, I am talking about Alphari, but I'm not just talking about Alphari. And then he calls out some other people as well. That is awesome. That is hilarious. And I love Bwipo for that.
Like Odo Omne, Alphari, fuck, who else is there? There's so many fucking Jace pickers in Western League of Legends. When they have no business playing Jace, like
That's.
I mean, no offense with this, but like, you know,
He says no offense.
it's a champion you pick when it kills the Nexus. Usually, they don't kill the Nexus, and when they like, that's the thing, you know, like when I see Jace's. Like, I feel like usually people pick it because they're scared of the opponents picking it. You know, it's like, oh shit, we're playing against Connor Nuguri. Let's pick Jace away so they can't pick it. That's kind of how I feel. Jace picker sounds like a derogatory term. That's because, you know, that's not my fault that it sounds that way. But, you know, like, that's just the thing I have. I don't like picking carry champions unless I actually carry. And my definition of actually carrying is very different, I feel like, from a lot of other top laners, it seems.
And I just thought that that was all very, very interesting, that he calls out Alphari, he calls out Oduamne, and hey, Bwipo is on a super team this year. He's going to have a chance to prove that if his version of top lane, or what he thinks about carrying in top lane, he's going to get to prove, you know, can he back that up, and is that a great version of top lane? Alphari is also on a super team. So, hey, we're going to get to see how Alphari functions with a very, very talented team around him. And then Oduamne is on a 7-0 rogue team right now that might be the best team in the West. And we're going to get to see how his version of top lane and how his version of, you know, picking Jace works out. So I just thought this was such an interesting clip, such an interesting story, and something, again, that just had so many angles and so many different things I wanted to talk about. It just made me excited. I was glad that I came across this clip. I can't talk today for some reason. I am sorry that this video is a month late, but hey, I hope you guys forgive me. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I hope this was a fun video. So definitely drop a like if you guys did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about this video. Do you think Bwipo's right? Do you think Alphari's right? Do you think Oduamne's right? I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date, and all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then.